I've worked with Donald Trump. However, let's not discuss that right now. I kind of put that, thank God that was a long time ago. Okay? I'm over 50, so that was a long time ago, I can say that. In America, we're kind of like, what the heck is going on? So I'll be the first to say that, being an American going, what? Stop that. But there are not enough of us there. There are not enough of us there, and supporting each other and getting there. Support other women in taking leadership positions, and go for your own leadership position. One of the things with Women on Global Change, we put women into business for themselves in 48 hours. People say, how do you do that? Because I took the business strategy side and decided I wanted to put it into women's leadership because now is time. It's the time. More than ever before. I see it around the world. Those under 26 are globally connected. They have a different mindset than what I grew up with. And it's going to make a difference if we're leading them and supporting them. I watched my grandmother. My grandmother was 100% Lebanese, and she was a stay-at-home mom. And then I watched my mother, and my mother kind of was like, they called it burn your bra kind of thing, like, oh, and I gotta be like a man, right? Like to be in a man's world. And I looked at that and I went, I think I want to play a man's game as a woman because that's what I am. I want to be authentically who I am, empowered with who I am. And now I look at my daughter, she's 19. She doesn't see race. She doesn't even see gender half the time. She sees a human being in front of her. She sees a planet in need in front of her. And I see it, and they're globally connected. I go into these villages, like in these third world countries, and they say, do you have Facebook? And I'm like, you don't even have an oven. You don't even have a stove, but you have Facebook? And they do. And they all gather around, and they'll do business together, and there'll be 10 of them around this, right here, connecting to the world. And so, connect to the world, support other women. And the other thing is, I always find that with women's leadership, we don't think big enough. We think too small. And if you're gonna play big. Find somebody that's out there in the world that's playing big, that can support you in playing big. So many times it's very easy. Women can get, as they say, catty with each other. Do you know what I mean by that? They get a little catty with each other. And even though I go, oh, I'm so happy for you, in the back of their head, well, that's great. Why didn't I get that? Or well, let me just say what in my head, what's wrong with Joanne over here. Instead of being truly supportive. One of the other things is, how can I serve you? Not what can I get? Yeah, what can I give? How do I serve? A man or woman is paid in direct proportion to the service they render humankind. Man or woman is paid in direct proportion to the service we render humankind. And that's what it's about. So if your dream is children, make it larger than life. You don't have to share it with everybody, because some people might poo-poo on it. And you don't want any of that. In a workplace, if all of us were in a workplace and we had one negative person, productivity goes down by 40%. One negative person by 40%. That's like half the business, almost, of income of the business. It'll go, and we all know people like that. So, what's larger larger than life for you. I know with the Women of Global Change, I wanted to be able to create leaders that come together. That we could go out and play in the world and make a difference for positive progress and change for ourselves, our communities, and the world. If somebody ever said to me, or to that little girl that was living under a house, do you have any idea that you'd have over 500,000 members? Do you have any idea what you would be doing around the world and how you'd be, supporting or reaching out your hand? I don't know if I would have seen it then. But we're not little girls anymore. And so we've got to look, if this is what your passion is, and you are drawn to, and your mission is, then make it larger than life. Make it in your head and write it down. Nothing great ever started with small thoughts. Started with a seed, but didn't get big because we're small with it. So I think with women's leadership, it's recognizing the other women leaders. Cream always rises to the top. Those that want to step in, and your knees shake a little, and you're I don't know, kind of nervous, as we support each other moving forward. But we are the 1%. This right here is the 1%. This is out of all of the women and men that were in this room, this is the number of people that will actually go out and do something. So it's good to meditate, it's good to be up here in the etheric, but if we cannot bring the etheric down to the materialistic, to be able to strengthen the wings to fly here, we can't fly real high. I can't help other people by not making money. I can help a lot more by making money. And by having a successful strategy and a business setup for me to be able to lead, or for you to be able to lead, or you to lead. So, I don't really have a planned speech, but I always have a message. And my message for you is several things. Support each other. Recognize that you're the 1%. And even if your knees shake, step in. And for God's sake, don't tell me you have a dream and expect not for me to help you go get it. Or for it to become bigger. If you want to play, then you got to play big. That's how that goes. But play with like-minded people. Play with people that are moving. People will in love when you're not. It gives them an excuse of why they don't need to move. So be a catalyst in the group. Hang with other catalysts. I love being like on the bottom of the smart list of my friends. Because I learn, and I grow, and I develop. And that's what we want to play. So, dream big. And lead. It's scary sometimes. But you know what? It's scary sometimes. I think about at the end of days when I'm sitting there, I don't think I'm going to go, wow, I'm glad I did nothing. I don't think that's what I'm going to say to myself. I'll be like, I'm glad I went for it. I'm glad I gave it my all. Because if you truly come at it and you're reaching out your hand in service, and how do I serve you, and what do I give, and how do I give 100% of myself, authentically, and as a woman leader, there's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we can't do. I mean, and it's so funny, I work with men and they'll be like, well, let's discuss it. And the women are like, it's already handled. We're moving on. Well, how did you do that? Didn't you analyze it? Yeah, we analyzed it and we moved on. And we did it in between all that. So give yourself the credit that credit's due. If I can support you, let me know. Play with people that are playing larger than life. And we need all the women leaders we can get right now in the world. So come play with other women leaders. Do we want to open it up for any questions? Does anybody have any questions by chance? Comments, anything?
I would love to hear, you're encouraging everybody in this room to go do it and make it big. I would love to hear from some of the people who are here about what they're planning to do and where they're going with their big thing. And maybe you guys
Awesome.
can offer some help and advice to those people.
Awesome.
You ready?
Yeah, she's excited. She's coming out of her seat. She's like, "Mommy."
My name is Reena Singh. In 1996, I started an organization. I was an asthmatic by nature. Right now I'm again weighing a bit more, but I brought myself to a 36 figure. And I started making herbal medicines out of herbs and spices from the kitchen. And I developed a company known as Reena Herbal, with solving problems for diabetes, asthma, sinus, obesity, rheumatism. And without a drug license, I sold it for 18 years across India in exhibitions because I could not set up a factory. Then after doing it, of course, I was at the low key. I did not want to do it too much. Now, very recently, I went to CFTRI. CFTRI is Central Food Research Technology Institute in Mysore. And after seeing all the responses that I got from people through money orders, through letters, through this, they have agreed to take my research on my diabetes product, which is made out of totally herbs and spices, not even a pinch of preservative or anything in it. Very simple herbs. And when you hear, you may just see, how does it happen? But it happens. And they have picked it up to take up the research for 1 year, and I would meet you. I'm so glad that I'm here. And they're going to do a 1 year research on it because they're very they're very sure that it's there. I mean, it's anti-diabetic, and that's
Now,
it.
are you gonna? I have to ask. Yeah. No, I can speak loud enough. Are you going to? Are they going to distribute it? Or are they just researching it?
Research it and test it and validate it.
And validate it. Okay. Because I also do one of the things one of my companies does is we do distribution.
Yes.
So we put it into national distribution centers around the world, and we've also done everything like in the United States from like Target to Nordstrom's to you name it.